Chapter 1. Frankie's bugging me so she can say a greeting. Okay. Hey guys! We're reading Chapter 1 of Nancy Drew and the Clue. No, not Chapter 1. Book. Wait, what? We're reading Chapter 10 of Nancy Drew and the Clue Crew. Sleepover Sleuths. It's called Detectives Forever. Let's start reading. But Madison is Deidre's best friend, Nancy, Bess said. If she found the doll, she would have told Deidre, unless Madison didn't want to tell her. Nancy said, let's go to Madison's house and ask her some questions. Anyone know where she lives? She lives in that big blue house on Acorn Street, Bess said. But I don't know how to get there from here. Piece of cake, George said. With a few clicks on the mouse, she found a site called Map Search. In a few seconds, a map of River Heights was on the screen. Acorn Street is only 4 blocks away, Nancy said. We're allowed to walk there as long as we're together, Bess said, repeating their rules. George printed out the map. See, she said, there isn't anything you can't find on the computer. The girls asked Hannah's permission to go. Then they followed the map to the Foley house. Once there, Nancy rang the doorbell. Madison looked surprised when she opened the door. Hi, said Madison. What's up? Madison, did you find Hollywood Heather in your orange duffel bag? Nancy asked. Madison's eyes opened wide. She stepped outside and shut the door behind her. No way, she said. Okay, Nancy said slowly. Then did you lose a button? She pulled up the orange button out of her pocket. Nancy stared at it and said, maybe. So what? We think Marshmallow the cat knocked Hollywood Heather off the windowsill, Nancy explained. And since your bag was right under the window, accidents happen. Bess finished. Madison stared at the girls. It was an accident, she finally said. I found the doll in my bag when we were searching the room. I was going to tell Deidre, but she seemed so mad. She would have thought I stole Hollywood Heather for sure. But Deidre's your best friend, George said. That's just it, Madison said. I was afraid she wouldn't be my best friend anymore, and that would be awful. So you let Deidre think Trina did it? When Madison heard Trina's name, she frowned. It made Nancy think of something else. Unless you were jealous of Trina, Nancy said gently, for becoming Deidre's second best friend. I guess I was feeling a little sad about it, Madison said. Nancy felt bad for Madison. It must have been super hard to keep such a big secret. But I still can't tell, Madison said, shaking her head. Deidre's dad is a big shot lawyer. He could throw me into jail for stealing. Nancy's dad is a lawyer too, Bess said with a smile. He could get you out. No one is going to jail, you guys, Nancy said. We can help explain everything to Deidre. It's not that easy, Madison said. There's another problem. What? Nancy asked. Madison ran into the house. She came back holding Hollywood Heather. Nancy looked at the doll. One of her arms was missing. How did that happen? Nancy asked. It must have broken when she fell into my bag, Madison said. She held up the broken arm. How can I bring her to Deidre like this? Give her to me, Bess said. Madison handed the doll to Bess. Everyone watched as Bess pops the arm right back in. How did you do that? Madison gasped. Bess can build anything and fix anything, Nancy said cheerfully. Now let's all go to Deidre's house. Deidre lived right around the corner from Madison. Mrs. Shannon greeted the girls and led them into the living room. Madison held Hollywood Heather behind her back as she waited for Deidre. When she came into the room, Deidre was wearing a pink dress and black pants and leather shoes. Hi, Deidre said. I'm going to tea soon. Madison pulled the doll from behind her back. Deidre took one look at it and her mouth dropped open. You found her! She grabbed Hollywood Heather from Madison and held her tight. Where was she? Madison started to say. It's okay, Madison, Nancy whispered. Madison took a deep breath. Hollywood Heather fell into my bag, she blurted. I didn't tell you because I thought you'd think I'd take her on purpose. I took her on purpose. Deidre stared at Madison, but then she smiled. So that's why you've been too busy for me, Deidre said. Thanks for telling me the truth, Madison. So you're not mad? Madison asked. I'm just happy you're still my friend, Deidre asked. Ever since Hollywood Heather been missing, you've been running away from me. I thought I did something wrong. Sorry, Madison said. But if it weren't for Nancy, I probably wouldn't have had the courage to say anything. I knew Nancy would find Hollywood Heather, Deidre said. You mean Nancy, Bess, and George, Nancy said. Deidre hugged Hollywood Heather. Now I can take Hollywood Heather to tea with me, she said, just like my dad said I should. Then she looked up and said, why don't you all come to tea? There'll be sandwiches and little cakes and minty tea. I love little cakes and big cakes. Bess said, licking her lips. It sounded good to Nancy, too, but she wanted Deidre and Madison to fix up their friendship together. Thanks, Deidre, Nancy said. But we have to go home. I know, Madison said. Then she turned and smiled. Let's ask Trina to come with us. She's our second best friend. Okay, Deidre said. And guess what? What? Everyone asked at the same time. There is a city girl doll called Indianapolis Ivy, Deidre said. So I was wrong and Trina was right. Deidre and Madison walked, Nancy, Bess, and George to the door. As the three friends left the house, Madison called after them. You guys should solve mysteries. You're great at it. Walking down Acorn Street, Nancy thought about what Madison had said. Maybe she was right. You guys, Nancy said, maybe we should solve more mysteries. George stopped laughing. You mean like a team? George asked. Like a club, Nancy said excitedly. We can meet in my room to talk about our cases. We can put all our clues in my desk drawer just like we did for this case. And I can write everything on your computer, George said, her dark eyes flashing. That was awesome. Bess gave a little excited hop. I don't know if I showed you guys this picture. I think I forgot though. And I can fix whatever breaks and build neat spy gadgets too. Nancy smiled. Their new detective club was sounding better and better. One thing was missing. Something very important. We need a name, Nancy said. How about the Mystery Girls? Too old-fashioned, George admitted. How about Case Crackers? We sound like a crunchy snack. Nancy giggled. Let's see, Beth said. She twirled a lock of her hair. Then she said, what about the Clue Gang? Nancy said, something that rhymes would be nice. Like what? George asked. Like the clue, Nancy started to say. Her eyes lit up. The Clue Crew! The girls high-fived. Our own detective club, Bess cried. How cool is that? Super cool, Nancy agreed. But do you want to know the best part? We're going to be solving all kinds of crazy mysteries? Kinds of cool cases, George asked. No, Nancy said. What? Beth said. We're going to be solving all kinds of cool cases together, Nancy said with a smile. Nancy, Drew, and the Clue Crew could hardly wait.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this book. We finished! So we'll start another one some other time, and make sure to like, subscribe, and click that bell. Keep reading and keep dreaming, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. So will Frankie. Maybe.